All right, in this video, I'm going to show you two different ways to pick a color out of a PNG file in StarCraft or the Create version of the same software and be able to then fill the text that I've typed with that color. So the first method is entirely done within StarCraft. It doesn't have one of those dropper tools where you can just hover over a color and pick it, but it's not too hard to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I imported this PNG file, so I'm going to come over here to the Layers panel and open it up, and I'm going to select the print option, the print layer. You don't want to pick the whole thing, just the print layer. Then go to the Trace window. Okay, and then in the trace window, you're going to make sure that the default's monochrome, but you want to change to single color so you're able to pick out the color that you want. And so once you have that color, if whatever the default, it'll default to some color which may or may not be what you want. In this case, it's not. So I'm going to double click here, and then I come over and I hover my mouse. Now, if you need to see it bigger, you can zoom in, zoom in closer so that you can get closer. But because the colors kind of vary, like just say within this one heart, as I scroll over it, I can kind of pick up different shades of that particular color. Okay, and same thing out here in other parts of the image. So find the color you want. Let's say I want kind of a bright pink, so I'm going to select that. So I just left click once. Okay, and then over here, you don't really have to change this. You can make it larger, but you really want it to be fairly small because of the fact that the larger this contrast, the more it'll pick up similar colors to that one. So if you specifically want just that one color, then bring that down to 0 and then click on, you can unmark this. You don't need to keep tracing. Just click on OK. Okay, now that once you do that, you're going to see a new layer up here, and this new layer has that color that you want. So you'll see this added that layer. So with that layer selected, you'll notice something is selected. So you want to drag just that little piece over here. And that little piece has that one single color. Now you might want to make it bigger because obviously I can't see it very well. So I'm going to make it kind of a bigger shape. There it is. Now I can see it more clearly. Then you come over, select your text, select the eyedropper or the dropper tool, and then just click right in the very middle of that. And now then you have the color that you want. If you want, of course, a different stroke color, for example, let's say I wanted a stroke color of, say, gray or something, then I would come down here and just select that, and I could come back and give it a different color if I wanted to. Or let's make it a little darker so it shows up better. Yeah, something like that. Note also you want to then get rid of this shape, otherwise it's going to cut and you don't need it anymore. So, here on the Layers panel, I'm going to select it and delete it. So the other way to do it is to download a very small program. It's a free program called Just Color Picker. And if you Google, I'm going to come over here, and if you Google Just Color Picker, you'll pick up a lot of different places that have that particular app available. And this works for either a PC or a Mac. So this isn't just a Windows app. You can use it for either one. And just click on one of the places. I used Annie Studio when I first installed it, and I've kind of stuck with that since it's the first one that shows up. And also it has both the links for the Windows and Mac. So then you just click and download and put it onto your computer. And then once you have it on there, and then what I did is once I got it open, I saved it to my taskbar so that it's always there. And it's this little icon down here that looks like a chameleon. That's what they used for it. And it would be the same thing on a Mac. You'd be able to, attach it to your dock on your Mac and be able to have it handy anytime. So the way that works then is when you open this little window comes up, and you can come over and then you can hover your mouse. And again, you're moving your mouse around. Okay, and it's picking up different colors of pink in the image. And as soon as you find the one that you want, let's say this bright pink, just stop moving your mouse. Just let go. And then one thing I forgot to mention before we do that, down here, this may be selected to something else. Select it to hex. Okay, select the hex option. Now then come back, and then again, you're going to rest your mouse until you see it show up. And then you're going to do an Alt-X. And that Alt-X then basically captures that color hex number right here. You can click on, and Alt-X is what I use. As soon as I had my mouse there, I stopped Alt-X, okay? Then, and probably on a Mac, it's Option X. Click on Copy Value. Then I would come over to the window here, and let's just say I was going to add, let's say I was going to add a heart shape. So let me come over here to the library and just click on another heart shape just to stick with the theme. Okay, so I've got this heart shape. So what I want to do then is once I have this selected, I click on this fill color right here, And then this is important to get this order right. The first thing you want to do is mark this box. Okay, so you have a box selected. And of course, if you already had some other custom colors, then you would just pick one of the empty ones. Then come over here, drag your mouse so that this default is selected, and then do a Control V, or it'd be a Command V if you're on a Mac, and that pastes in that color. Now then, with that there, click on the Tab key on your computer, and then it adds it up here as the new color, and then you can click on Add to Custom Colors and OK, and now then it's changed it to that same color that you picked. And then again, with the stroke color, you'll want to pick, whatever stroke color you want to use, or no stroke at all. Okay, so anyway, those are the two methods, and if you have any questions, please let me know.